So this is the other journal that I said I was going to share with you today. She's a carpetbagger in the style of Nik the Booksmith. I will put Nik's links down below. She's lovely. I really like the feel of these journals. Lots of lace. So if I just go through measurements first, she's 9.5, not including these extra bits, but just to here, 9.5 inches by 6. She has a single signature. She's made with upholstery fabric. Front, as you can see, I've put some muslin, some cheesecloth, muslin. There's some vintage linen under there, and then there's a vintage square piece of lace. Some ribbon trim here, sari ribbon there, a vintage metal button with some, just a piece of the same antique, or vintage I should say, just really old linen. It came from a big tablecloth. And then down the bottom we've just got various lace trims. There's one there, there's one on top, then there's another one on top of that, and there's some hemp under there somewhere, and then another crochet trim on top here. I've put a metal embellishment that I thought went nicely there, threaded through some of the dark brown sari ribbon and put, I believe, metal charm here. And this is easy enough to take out and put your own title in. She's closed with just grommets on each side and some sari ribbon. And then at the spine there's different colours of the sari ribbon again, but I've also, if I can just show you here, I've put on with a claw clip here, I just hooked a ring, it's actually a garment pin, on the top of the carpetbagger, the actual material itself, and I've put a chain, or a charm I should say, chunky charm. If I just take it off, so there's a nice charm there, just various shades of, just various beads, colours that I thought worked well with the journal. I think it's quite pretty. So the idea was, if you don't like just having the ribbon like this, if you would rather take the ribbon off or have them both together, I just think, I just can't help it, I've always got to add a bit of bling. I'm starting to realise that about myself. I just like how it looks. So, but you can take it off if you don't like it and use it somewhere else, as I've said. So if I open it up, oops, I'm in a fan call now. There we go. I'll just check I'm in frame after all that moving about. There. So the first page. The inside cover, I used Nik's tutorial, and for the first time I tried some of the eco stamping on the inside the fabric here, and I really loved how it turned out. I'm going to do that again for sure. I've used it in this one, and I've used it in the next few journals that I've got on the go. I've used a postcard as a pocket, a piece of lace, different, there's crochet trim, and then there's vintage lace on top. I've just stitched around there. Journaling spot here, index card at the back. And this book is mainly flowers, it's mainly got a floral theme. Index card, as you've seen before, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I use these a lot. And I used this in the last journal that I showed you. It just says, and the story begins, and what I've used the same as before. This one is different with a little bee. I thought that was very cute. This is also a pocket here in front. There's a lace pocket at the front of the signature, and I've just put a large journaling tag in there, and I've stitched it onto coffee dyed paper. It's stitched round some crochet trim, and I've just cut out a flower from the paper and put it on there with the trim. And here there's just some fabric. I've made a little flower with a gem, piece of crochet trim on top of the lace to make this other pocket a bit more substantial, and I've actually put some paper under there as well. So there's a large piece of ephemera, a nice season's greeting card, again to write on, and another little one that says on this date. They've all been stitched and they're all in coffee dye paper. The stamping and sewing throughout. This one says be your own kind of beautiful. I've stamped at the bottom with a butterfly. Some stitching, ledger paper, just an altered paper clip, and this is again Nik the Booksmith. This is her journal paper that I use. I've said it before, I use it a lot. It's really handy and it just looks lovely. Just a piece of snippet here, just for some interest in the page. An Edith Holden page, an altered paper clip here, and I've just put a large piece of ephemera for some journaling. And I think that just looks nice in the page even without anything on there. And there's some lace trim. Again, lace trim. Another journaling little, it's a picture that I had. I've made it into a tuck spot corner pocket. And it's got, again, that's some of that really old tablecloth. Another one on top, different piece of linen. Nice green vintage button. And it's just a card that I made up for journaling at the back. And it says Garden Girl. I've used that before, this paper pad, I really like it. And I've left this one blank really, no coffee stain, so that you can write. I know that not everybody likes it coffee stained. A piece of Tim Holtz paper, and I've just put a piece of seam binding on there. A little girl that I had in my stash, I just thought she looked nice there on top of the music. Another journaling card, another little journaling card, tucks nicely in there. And this is a glassine bag. So there's a tag at the back. I've just decoupaged a napkin, some sari ribbon stitched around it, and it's got coffee dyed paper at the back. And then in the pocket itself there's another, just some fabric for some contrast, and it's being put on paper too, all stitched. So this one goes in the bag and this one goes behind the bag. I've just remembered, I've not got to it yet, okay. And I've just put, firstly cut out this lady, I thought she's lovely, put some stickles on there, some little gems, mounted around some cardstock, and I've put here, believe it's possible. And that's on ledger paper, that's a tracing paper. And this is a book, this is a book that I found, and it's an address book actually, so you can see here it says name, address, telephone, but what I really liked about it was it's all floral themed, and the pictures in the book's beautiful, and there's little quotes and poems on each page, so I've used that as a flip, and I've used that just to keep that closed if you want, but the colours of the pictures, you'll see the other side, I just couldn't bear to cut it up just for the quotes everywhere. I thought it looked really nice on the page. A little lace flower, crochet trim and a butterfly, and it says believe in your dreams. I've stamped there, and I've just done stitching down the side. And doily. I've put some ruffled trim down here. I like this blue paper, it's lovely. And there's a flip up with some gold trim on top. Another napkin, decoupaged one, it's quite hefty this one, and it's got some linen and a lace flower, and another little journaling card, and this one says may you always be brave enough to fly. I've stamped that there. Index card with little flowers top and bottom, some graph paper, journaling spot. This I made into a pocket, so there's places to journal on the front and back. This is from TLC Creates Vintage. This particular sheet, I just cut it to make a pocket, And she's got some lovely quotes about flowers on each of the pages in that kit, and I can see myself using that a lot. So it's really nice, and it's quite sturdy. I've put it on, I think it's about 160, 170 GSM paper. So this I think is from Tsunami Rose. And here, things to do, journaling spot, and some paper that I've just included for you to journal in, and they slip nicely in there. This is stitched around the paper, coffee stained, crochet trim, and again one of the little flowers. And when you pull it out, I'll just make sure you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. You can see there's plenty of space there to journal on. I quite like that idea. And on the other side as well. So you can see. So you've got both sides there, and then you've got this side. And it lets me put quite a hefty pocket here. Not hefty, but it's well supported because it's got the 2 sheets of paper. So I've just put some card underneath, and then I've stitched some nice crochet trim on top. And this is one of the little journaling cards, and I've made it into a pocket. You've seen them before. And I've just used a piece of sari ribbon and a piece of paper just to make it pretty. Stamped a flower, and it's just a little piece of paper, but I just thought it looked really pretty with the ribbon round it. It was sitting on my desk, and I just thought, oh, I'll just do that. It just looks pretty. And you don't know it's there, it's a nice wee secret space to put a note. And as well as that, it shows you it can hold quite a lot and stay quite flat. There's another piece of ephemera. So that goes there. And this is to remind me, this is just another piece of ephemera to remind me to tell you that there's another spot here. So she actually goes in the front and he goes in the back. Bolted paper clip. And this one's a triple tuck, so there's 1, 2, 3 spaces. And it's one of Terry Wood's flip outs, so it flips this way, and this way. So again, you've got a full A size 4 sheet to journal on, and it folds up nicely. I really like her fold ups, they're great. And I've just put just a piece of gauze, cut out a little flower, put a gem on there. There's a piece of ephemera that goes in the back. Tuck. Then there's a large journaling tag that goes in the middle one, or you can do it the other way around, whichever you prefer. And I've done a little envelope. I think this was from Vectoria Designs on Etsy, and I've just cut out a piece of paper and stamped it. Put that in there, and it's got a little gem. I thought the green went well with the colours, and it goes in the front. So, lace trim. Another pocket with vintage lace and linen, and a little flower, picking up the purple from this centre page. Another one of the fabric pockets that I like to make, and I think I did put some ephemera, yes I have. And I made another one of these little flip outs to journal on, and I've just put some trim, a little beaded bow there, some crochet thread, so that fits nicely in there. I do love these envelopes, and it's crocheted, and I've just put a flower and a button for the centre. I just thought it picked up the purple. This is an old book that I have. So it's Woods, Scrub and Wet Woods, this section's on, but I just thought the colours went really well. So another charm, and this one says lovely. It's a heart and it says lovely. So it's on crochet with the little rose lace flower, and then lace sewn on. And then this page here, there's a tuck at the back for a small tag, and then this one flips up, and I've put a belly band across with some ribbon, contrasting ribbon, and then you can just slide paper in there for any kind of notes or journaling that you want to do. So I thought that went nicely there. Stitch down here. And then another Flower of Nature's Messengers, Reminders of an Unspeakable Beauty. That again is from TLC Creates Vintage. That's from a book that I have. It's Indian Ferns. And another nice journaling spot. Again, fits in there. Although she's only got 80 pages back and front, I think she's got loads of journaling space. I've put a guest check here. An altered paper clip. Index card. And this is from Artemis. So it's one of her flip-ups. I really like that idea. It's a belly band. But there's also, I've put lace, linen and a ribbon here and some lace trim on top, and it means that you can slide, there's another place to slide another tuck if you want between the ribbon and the linen. That's the other flip up, oops, with the lace trim, another decoupage napkin and some more ephemera. And I've sewn again some of the ruffled, I've just ruffled lace on here. Doily, another altered paper clip. I do like these and I think they do look nice in the page even on their own. But I have put a large tag on here. I've lined paper at the back, coffee dyed it, and it's things to do in the front. It does fit on the page. And then in the other side it's just a large. This is a postcard I was lucky enough, I was given a packet. I didn't realise you got Edith Holden postcards. You can see the serrated edge at the top, but I've taken it off the pad. So I've got a full pad of these, so I'll be putting them in my journals. This is the other side of that lovely picture that I was saying, the lady. Name, address. I just like how that looks in the book. Then you've got a place at the back, name and address, and another nice quote from another poem. This is a snippet roll that I've used in, I'm starting to use more and more of snippet rolls. I really like them. So this one I've just made a pocket, and at the back got some ephemera, some lace trim and some ribbon. And a little girl, some more ephemera, all coffee dyed and stitched at the back. I love these snippet rolls, I love what you can do with them, and it's a great way to use up all your extra lace and fabric. This is obviously, gosh, music paper. And there's a glassine bag here, and there's a piece of ephemera stitched onto coffee paper there. I've just put magical, and it's just got some flowers I've stenciled. It's got another piece of that napkin, another piece of the vintage blouse, and I've just put some little pink pearls on top of these lace flowers. And then it's another one of the mini envelopes at the side, because there's a tuck spot at the side. And then this one, I just cut down a piece of card. It's got lined paper at the back. And that just tucks in there really nicely. So Tim Holtz paper, another larger piece to write, index card at the back, piece of ephemera, I think that's Tsunami Rose, and I've stitched that onto coffee dyed paper. And again the crochet trim, a little lace flower, and this one has got a little key on the garment pin. Very cute. Some more lace, Edith Holden, Tsunami Rose, on coffee dyed paper. That's Nik the Booksmith's page, the other side of it. I like how it's got the calendar and things on it, it's, you know, I do. Anyway, I cut off one of the poems from one of the pages, and it's the one by Robert Burns, My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose. And I put a nice picture there, it went nicely. I put some lace and I've just added some pearls down this lace trim. Some more from the snippet roll, some stitching. The back page, so we've got the lace pocket, and I've made a pocket with the Edith Holden pages, velcroed it closed, and then I've put a large piece of ephemera in here, and I've left it blank, so it's plenty of spaces to journal in there. And that fits in here nicely. Again, the crochet trim and the flower. In the back lace pocket, I just used a bit of spare paper that I had, coffee and tea dyed, just put a bit of lace on there, and she tucks nicely in that pocket. And then you can see I'm hoping that you can see the echo printing on the fabric, because it's really bonny, it really is. And this pocket here, I've made it magnetic. I don't think you can hear the clip, but it is magnetic. There's a magnet here and here, placed to write. Some ribbon tucked over and to reinforce there. Nice flower, again, lined paper at the back, stitched on coffee dyed. I made this tag just with some decoupage lace, and I've stamped Ex Libris in the back, and it's a pocket there as well, in here. In fact, I think I had that to go in there. Yep, so you can see. And then this is an envelope, and it's from Nik the Booksmith again. It's from the same collection as, well, it's not, I don't know if it's the same collection as the paper, but it's from Nik's collection. I'll put her Etsy shop below, and I've just made a little one of these fastenings. I've lined it with some book paper, book pages, gosh, I need caffeine, sorry, ephemera, and again it's on some nice paper at the back to write on. But I think that's a great size envelope, I like it, it lends itself really well. And I'm trying to put this on the wrong place, but it fits in nicely. It's just me that's fingers and thumbs, there's nothing wrong with the actual, I thought that was pretty. And there's some buttons and some more lace trim at the bottom of this little pocket. And I've put that there actually so you can pull it, if you remember that is magnetic. And at the back, I normally wouldn't put in the back of these, but she was quite rough at the top of the back for some reason. So I thought, well, I'll put some nice crochet trim and a vintage button. And that's her. So I hope you like her. I'd appreciate any comments that you have down below. And again, as I said before, if you do like the video, please subscribe to my channel. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.